Professor Cheryl Cohen, who joins us virtually from here in Johannesburg. Prof, thank you for your time. It really feels like one can set your clock to it. I saw on the NICD's website on the 8th of March, you published a statement saying it's the start of the respiratory syncytial virus, the RSV season, and that was an alert out to clinicians. Around the same time, your local pharmacy started putting up little posters saying, get your flu shots here. And now a few weeks on, you're starting to notice a few more coughs around the office, in shopping centres, kids at your child's school are not coming to school because they've got a cough and a bit of a chest infection. Can you really set your clock to it?
So good evening, and thanks for having me. So you can't quite set your clock to it. I mean, these viruses, which you're mentioning, are seasonal respiratory viruses. So, for example, we know that flu always comes in the winter, and we know that another very important virus, respiratory syncytial virus, always comes in autumn, which is right now. But you know, exactly when it starts can vary by a couple of weeks, and that's really the purpose of our surveillance, or one of the purposes of the programs that we operate at the NICD, to really monitor these respiratory viruses so that we know when the season starts, when it peaks, when it ends, how severe it is, and what viruses are causing the disease that we're seeing.
So just for some clarity, what are the symptoms that we're seeing doing the rounds right now?
Yeah, so as you've mentioned, a lot of people are complaining now of colds and flu-like symptoms and respiratory symptoms, and that's related, I think, to the fact that we're moving into winter, and as the weather gets colder, people start crowding together, and also these viruses do increase with the colder weather. What our surveillance tells us is that right now we're in the peak of the season of a virus which is called respiratory syncytial virus. Or otherwise RSV. It's not that well known, although in fact it's the most important cause of pneumonia in children throughout the world and in South Africa. So that virus is really circulating at high levels now in young kids. And we also are still seeing a little bit of COVID and some flu, and we expect the flu to increase in the next few weeks.